Hey, it's Jay, and today I'm going to be reacting to my 2018 goals and seeing if I did everything I set out to do this year.
Hi, it's Joey.
Get past the intro.
Sorry I haven't uploaded a video for like 2 months. I was finishing up finals and writing like a billion papers for my first semester at college. And then I just got home a few weeks ago before Christmas. It's actually the day after Christmas right now when I'm filming. I'm gonna try and pre-film at least a dozen videos, hopefully, so I can upload throughout my second semester at college in case I don't have time to film like first semester. Now this video is going to be all about like my goals for 2018, both writing goals and activism goals mostly. I've got like a dozen, and that seems like a lot, but I think most of them are gonna be pretty attainable. So my first goal is to outline 2 novels, and I do know which ones they're going to be. They're my novels Sankofa and In the Event of My Death. Now I've already started outlining both of them, but I want to completely outline both of them and get character information, all that.
I did that. I actually outlined 3. I outlined, oh my god, my cat is currently lying on my bed on her back with her feet up like this. Oh, oh my god, it's so cute. What are you doing? Alicia, you're too comfortable. Anyway, sorry. I did outline 2 novels. I outlined 3 novels. I outlined a standalone novel, which I still need to do an all about my novel video for, and then I outlined the first and second book in a series I'm writing.
So I can work on those the next couple years. And I also want to write the first draft of one of those 2 novels. It'll probably be In the Event of My Death. I'm not sure though, because like I have more on the same.
So as I said before, I said in my December update, which is right there, I did not write the first draft of a new novel. I almost did. I was 7 chapters away from getting that goal completed, but I realized a few of the chapters needed more planning, and I just wouldn't be able to do it in 12 hours. And it was neither of those novels I mentioned, neither Sankofa nor In the Event of My Death, that I set out to write. But I started Sankofa. I got like a chapter or 2-ish in
Sankofa, but if I get more information for both, then I could choose. Along the same lines of completing one full novel, I want to try and for the first time do NaNoWriMo in its entirety. I've tried to do NaNoWriMo before, but with AP classes in 12th grade
I didn't do NaNoWriMo. I honestly forgot that was an official goal I said, and I didn't do it because I was dealing with depression and other stuff that I will talk about in the future. But I did not do NaNoWriMo this year. Maybe this year. I said that I'll probably end up saying that every year and not doing it at all.
I wasn't able to, and then with finals and the semester being like 3 weeks away from the start of November, I wasn't able to do it this past year, and so I want to try and do NaNoWriMo in its entirety this year. I've seen some videos of like organizing how many words you're gonna write each day. Instead of doing the same amount each day, you can do like 2,000 on a Saturday you have open, 1,000 like a day you have a lot of homework or a lot of classes or something, so I'm gonna try and do it that way. I've also been working on the second edition of Colorant. I've added about 6 or 7 more short stories. I want to try and get to at least 25, I believe. make the spine big enough where I can actually like add something on the back. So I'm gonna work on the second edition color and print a few copies for that. I have a friend who has a family friend in Canada who organizes the Pride Parade for Canada, and she suggested that I send a copy of it to them, just kind of as a tribute, I guess.
I did add a couple short stories, or more like flash fictions, to coloring, but I didn't print any copies, and I did not send it to my friend's uncle in Canada, or friend's uncle's ex-boyfriend or whatever. Whoops.
So I'm gonna try and do that. I also want to go through at least 2 rounds of edits for questions nobody ever asks. I went through 1 round the past couple months, but it was mostly just going through it and like circling and tagging all the things that I need to fix, and there were like a billion. But I want to start going through like developmental edits and line edits and stuff like that. So I'm going to try and hopefully get representation for questions nobody
There's
asked
still a
in
billion.
2019. And I also want to go through 1 or 2 rounds of...
So, over the summer, I was working on the developmental edits map, and I didn't finish it until like last month or maybe even earlier this month, because I just started getting like unmotivated about the novel. I forget why, but I did not do 2 rounds of edits on that. I need to though.
Beta reading for questions nobody ever asks. I currently am on the first round. I've just uploaded the first chapter of like 67 chapters for the 14 beta.
I did do that.
Now,
I did.
Just a couple days ago.
I did get a couple rounds of beta reading done. I had like 1 round where it was like kids that were like the target age range, and then I had a few people that I got to that I asked to do it online, like the beta readers, critique partners. I didn't get as many people responded as I wanted to, and I still am hoping to get a few more once I like do the development edits and change a few like major things. So I think I did that technically.
And hopefully you'll have the first round done by end of January. Crossing my fingers. I also want to become more active in politics as we near the midterm elections for 2018. I think like, a lot of people don't get the emphasis on how important midterm elections are with Congress, because all of the representatives are up for re-election if they're gonna run again. A third of the Senate is gonna be up for re-election.
I did that. In February, I believe it was, I testified against an anti-abortion bill at the Capitol, in front of lawmakers, like the Florida Capitol, not the country's capital, and I became the VP of my college's chapter of NOW for 9-ish months. I spoke at a rally against Brett Kavanaugh in front of like 100 people, and then I posted a few videos getting up to the midterm elections, and I was tweeting a lot about voting, and so I did that one.
And then about 20% or so of the state governors the seats are going to be up, so I really want to spread the word and help people research and kind of emphasize how important midterm elections are. Now this one's going to happen whether I try too hard or not. I am in my college's Pride Student Union, and I am on the Public Relations Committee. One of the things that we're doing in the Public Relations Committee is we're going to be creating a zine full of like book recommendations, coming out stories, history on Pride Student Union and Pride movement in general. And I'm one of the designers for that, and I'm also going to be doing different sections like the book recommendations.
And I did that. I was one of the lead designers. I helped create the layout, the order different sections are going to go in, or I chose all 3 books on the lavender list, and did reviews for 2 of them, like summaries of 2 of them, and I helped with like, the design aspect. It was called Queer Me Out.
Which I'm really excited about. And that's going to be due in February, so I'm going to help create the first ever Pride Student Union zine for my school, so that's going to be fun. This year for my reading was really sad. I read, like by the time this year will end, I will have read hopefully 12 books. I've read 10 right now and I met my goal for the year, which is a terrible goal because it's almost nothing. Like when I was younger in middle school, first year high school or 2, I could read like 50 books a year if I wanted to. And that might be a conservative guess. And this year I only read 10 and it was so bad, but it's because the second half of my senior year was hell, and I was getting used to college, and so I didn't let myself read for fun that much. But I'm hoping next year to read at least 24. It's still a really bad number, but it's double what I will have read this year, so it's I made a list of all the books I want to read because there's a lot of books I have that I haven't read yet.
24 is a random number, but I do that. I did reach that goal. I read, I think, 32 is what my Goodreads says, maybe 34. So I did exceed that goal. I didn't necessarily read the books that I had on that list, but that's okay.
And I'm trying to stop myself from buying war books, and I need to get through those. I want to help support diverse directors and actors and other filmmakers in the film industry, and so I want to see at least 5 diverse movies to kind of help support that. I already know 3 of them I'm going to see. I'm going to see Love, Simon, based on the book Simon versus the Homo sapiens Agenda. I'm going to see A Wrinkle in Time, and I'm going to see Black Panther. I'm not sure.
I did do that. I saw 6 diverse movies. I saw Love, Simon, A Wrinkle in Time, Black Panther, Every Day, Ocean's 8, and The Hate U Give, and I was going to see On the Basis of Sex, which I was super excited to see, but I haven't gotten a chance to, and I'm still going to try and watch, like, do that same thing this next year. It's not like an official goal, but I did meet this goal, and I had a lot of fun doing it.
Like, most of those come out in February, and so I'm going to have a jam-packed movie month in February and March. I'm not sure what my other 2 or more will be, but I'll figure that out as the year progresses, because I got 365 days next year to find more diverse films. My last goal is I want to submit at least 1 piece of work to 1 writing contest of some kind. It'll probably end up being Writer's Digest. I don't know. Now that I am of age, I can actually submit to competitions outside of just Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, and so I really want to submit to at least 1 of those. I'll probably end up doing that during the summer when I am home and I have all my writing stuff together and actually have more time to write than a full semester in the fall or the spring.
I did technically do that. I don't remember who it was because I did it through Submittable. It was this 1-line contest where you had to say what would be on your gravestone. I think it had to be less than 10 words or something, and I did not win. I said she died how she lived for others. She died how she lived for others. And I didn't win, and that's the only time I submitted to a magazine this past year. So I guess it probably shouldn't count, but I'm counting it as 1, So, I say I did about average, because some of them I nailed, some of them I didn't do at all. NaNoWriMo, I'm sorry. But hopefully it's next year will be different. So to see what I did in December or didn't do and what I got for Christmas, look over there at my December update and book haul, and make sure to tune in this midnight on New Year's Eve and day to see what my 2019 goals are and to help me choose what book to read first this year because I'm torn. And I'll see y'all tonight or in whatever next video you watch. Thanks for watching. Bye.